Hello, welcome to another video. I feel like it's been a while since I've talked about Battlefield Redsec, and I think that's because if you're a big gamer and you kind of know what's on the horizon at the moment, I feel like Arc Raiders has taken a lot of the limelight currently. It's getting a lot of attention. I've been playing Arc Raiders alongside Battlefield 6. And I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic game. They've come up with something amazing. But I still have a soft spot, so to speak, for the battle royale genre. I really think there's a place for it. I really think there's a place where it could still thrive alongside the looter shooter genre. And for someone who kind of likes both, it's actually nice to be in a place where we actually have choice for once. For a long time I was stuck with playing Warzone, and I would say stuck because there was not really much else to take my fancy. We were blessed at one point because obviously DMZ came along alongside Warzone, and we kind of had that moment in time when we were spoilt between a bit of DMZ and a bit of Battle Royale Warzone, and it was nice to be a bit spoilt for choice. But obviously, Call of Duty being Call of Duty didn't keep DMZ going for long. It's one of those things that got shelved and they moved on to their next project. And I really think they kind of missed out on something big and something that potentially could have been massive, because DMZ played really well for a looter shooter. Currently in a place where obviously I'm enjoying Arc Raiders, but I still want to get my teeth into the battle royale genre because I loved playing Blackout. I did enjoy playing Warzone when it was at its prime, when it wasn't tweaked and messed around with so much that it just became boring, and then eventually they just lack of content just destroyed it really for me. I've actually completely deleted COD off my PlayStation 5 now, and I'm currently focusing on Redsec and Arc Raiders. Now, don't get me wrong, Battlefield 6 is a really solid game. As a Battlefield fan, been really enjoying the multiplayer side of Battlefield. But when it comes to Redsec, is it hitting the nail on the head? Or is it not? Is it scratching that Battle Royale itch that people are looking for? Or is it not? And I just wanted to give my kind of honest opinion about how I'm feeling and what I'm wanting from this game. Now, first of all, I think I am slowly warming up to Redsec, and I will say slowly. This game hasn't blown me away. A lot of my other friends have already stopped playing it. It's kind of frustrated them, and I honestly do think there's a lot of work for this game. And what makes it really hard is Battlefield, the team Battlefield, the DICE developers. They're not just focusing on Redsec. They've obviously got the multiplayer side of it to look at. They've also got Gauntlet to look at. There's quite a lot going on, and you've got Portal as well. So they kind of put a lot of eggs in one basket, and I kind of think, do you want to focus on one thing and do it right, or do you want to juggle many things and kind of get them all a little bit right? Personally, for me, myself, I think I'd rather have a decent quality game. And I think that's where Arc Raiders is really setting the trend now. And I'm hoping a big AAA company like DICE and the Battlefield developers can really see what Arc Raiders are trying to do and what they're trying to kind of promote. Actually, quality is better than quantity. A lot of these developers that are on Arc Raiders used to work for DICE and used to work on Battlefield games, and I think you can see that in Arc Raiders. I think Arc Raiders has some really skillful people behind it. But let's not shelve Battlefield quite so soon. Battlefield 6, when it comes to the multiplayer, it blew me away. It's been very good. Yes, I would like some of my maps to be a bit bigger. There are some questionable things, but they're kind of niggly for me. I've really enjoyed the multiplayer experience. Everything about the multiplayer excites me. I'm a huge fan of Conquest. I think that's the thing I play the most. I've always been a fan of Conquest, so I kind of stick to what I love. Now, when I heard Battlefield were doing another Battle Royale, I was quite excited because from Battlefield 5, I did play their first Battle Royale, which came along, Firestorm. Now, I didn't play it massively too much because I was currently also playing Warzone, and I struggled to kind of get into Firestorm. So this is my chance to kind of really get on board with a Battlefield Battle Royale. Now, have they hit the mark on the head? There are some pros and cons for me, and there has been some latest kind of patches and updates to Redsec that have kind of made me a bit happier, but I'm still not head over heels for it. And I just thought I'd kind of touch over and go over what they are. The thing I love about the game is I love the map. I think the map is really good. I think all the places of interest are really good. I think visually it looks really good. I love kind of the firestorm around it, and I think the map really does have potential. There's lots of different ways you can play through the buildings, flanking around the edges, taking high positions. I do think the map does have a really high level of good dynamic gameplay in it, and that really makes me happy. Looking at it graphically, as you can see now, it's a real nice map to look at. I think it's really fantastic. One of my downsides to it though was off the bat the audio. Now the audio has recently been tweaked in the latest patch, and I have to say that I have actually noticed a difference in the audio. I can actually physically hear the direction people are coming at me with, and that has been absolutely huge. The amount of times I was playing Redsec and I was getting killed and did not hear a single footstep of the person approaching me. Or eventually there would be times where I might have heard somebody, but then another team comes in and I didn't hear them. Now I will give credit when credit is due, that they actually have improved the audio for me. It actually has been a ton better, and it is a step in the right direction. Is it perfect? No. Is there tweaking that can be done? Yes. But currently I think where it's at, I'm happy, and I'd like it to just progress forward. One of the biggest things is I do love the weaponry. I've been loving lots of the weapons of choice. One thing I don't like though, and this is just personal preference, this is just me and my personal preference. Some people might love it, some people might hate it. Now yes, Battlefield is a team game. Currently it's working in duos and quads only, which I have been really annoyed at, because most of the time it's just me and my 3 friends and we can't play trios, so we're stuck with a random, and I have not had the best experience with random players. You can put in the comments below kind of what experiences you've had, but 9 out of 10 I have people that very rarely talk to you, people that think they can play a battle royale without a mic and headset and play casually without needing to communicate or talk or nothing, and I am yet to have a win with someone playing like that, because this game massively requires communication and talking to each other. That is the downside. I don't know what their plans are with introducing a solo mode or a trios mode. I'm really hoping they hurry up, because I really want to have a duos and trios. Now this then goes to my next kind of annoyance, which I don't really want it in the game, is having classes in the game in a battle royale, because as you know, I think the most meta class, let's say, is the sniper, because you get a recon drone. Now if you haven't got a sniper, you don't get a recon drone, and they are now in almost every team that I come across. People just knowing where you are and people using the drone every chance they get. Yes, you could say, well, run a sniper then and have the drone, but I like actually being an engineer, because there are perks to destroying tanks and shooting tanks. I know it's a team game, and I know there could be someone on your team that is a recon, but for a battle royale, it just doesn't sit well with me that you're kind of in this place of meta classes or meta drones that they can use, I think. And I just kind of, for me, I just wish it was a non-class battle royale. I really do. I don't even know how solos is going to work, because I reckon you'll have a complete solos of recons, sniper recons, and there'd be no one else, because people would be too scared to not use the drone. So maybe this is why they're not doing solos. Maybe they don't plan to do solos. Trios could work because people have different classes. My suggestion is, and this is just my own personal suggestion, that maybe solos will be a non-class mode, where people just, you can have the weaponry and you have the tanks, but no one is a particular class, and it is just a classic battle royale. I think that would be good. But I don't know, I'm not really hyped about this whole class thing in Warzone. In Redsec. Again, it's not really, but this is only my personal opinion. I do find the mechanics of the game clunky, opening the boxes, the weapon attachments. I kind of just wish you found the guns a particular colour and it had attachments on, instead of you having to add attachments. I'd rather just find the different weapons, different colours, or different attachments on guns already. I'd open the box, picking up the gun, looking at the upgrade, holding X, putting it on. It's too clunky. Just like it is with the putting in the plate system. It's too slow. I know we're in Warzone where we used to plates being banged in really quickly, and I know they're trying to go for realism on this, but is it just me, or is it a bit too slow? That's my honest opinion. I think one of the good things I do enjoy is the fact there are tanks in the game. I don't find them overpowered, because most people have rocket launchers or a way of shooting at tanks, and in all honesty, there's been a lot of times that me and my team have had tanks and we've still lost. We've not kind of meted and pushed our way to the end. I don't think, again, this is personal preference as well. There are probably some people listening to this that go, actually, I don't want tanks in this game because I managed to get to the end. I was the last one in my squad, and another team had a tank. Yeah, it must be frustrating, but at the end of the day, you never know what you're going to get at the end, and if someone's managed to make it to the end with a tank, well, fair play, because a lot of times we don't. I don't think the tanks are meta. I think they are easily destroyed, and I think in the latest update they were made a bit more kind of spongy as well, so they weren't so hard to kill. So I don't have a problem with the tanks. I think it does bring an exciting dynamic to the game, but this is why I like to run engineer and not be a scout. But then because of that, I'm without this kind of drone usage, which is kind of tipped the balance on the meta, in my opinion. And that brings me to my next thing. They added kill streaks to this battle royale. Now, for me, and this is again just my opinion, I really think they've added kill streaks and UAVs and all that to this to try and draw in Warzone players. I think they're trying to compete with Call of Duty. They're trying to bring a better quality game to the table, which they have. As most people know, the latest Call of Duty game is not really doing well, and Warzone has been so stagnant for a while. I think a lot of people are not really hanging on to it too much unless you're a die-hard fan. I think a lot of people were looking for something new. So I think this is why in Redsec the kill streaks kind of feel a bit like Warzone. And I think that's why they're trying to tick that box. I think they're trying to say, hey, come and play our battle royale. It's not dissimilar to Warzone. It's got some, there are some tanks and stuff, but we've got kill streaks and UAVs. It's what you used to. I don't think it's needed. I was sick and tired of UAVs in Warzone. People just knowing where you are every time, heartbeat sensors and stuff. And the fact that in this they have kill streaks and UAVs and drones with a particular class kind of has that annoying Warzone feel to it that I was hoping to leave behind with Redsec. Now, don't get me wrong, Redsec UAVs aren't as overpowered as having an advanced UAV like you would in Warzone. And yeah, it's they're not stupidly overpowered, but I think Redsec should kind of stick to its battle royale and not trying to kind of copy Warzone a little bit just to steal the player base. In all honesty, Redsec doesn't need to tempt them over with things that are familiar to Warzone. In all honesty, I think a lot of people were fed up with Warzone anyway. So you bring out another free-to-play battle royale, I think people were ready to try something new anyway, without trying to win them over with a "hey, look at this, it's similar to what you know" kind of feel. That's just my opinion. As you can see in the video behind me, obviously we're getting near the end, and this is where Redsec really just digs deep and actually really enjoy the tension that now is involved. Not knowing where people are near these end circles, the fire coming in, adding that extra audio, yeah, just what it brings to the table. I think this has been really exciting. You know, at the end of a Warzone game, you literally got UAV, advanced UAV overhead, advanced UAV, and it was just like everyone just knowing where everyone was at the end. The best experience I've had with Redsec currently is in the end stages, just not knowing where people are, getting that adrenaline back, getting that excitement of the game back. And that's one thing I have really enjoyed, that kind of I felt that was lost in Warzone. And yeah, it's just one of the big pros for me. Sadly, I don't make it to the end often in Redsec, but I do my best. In this game, we actually get the win. Playing my friend Technation, who, you know, he's been my wingman for quite a while now, and he wasn't originally blown away by Redsec, but like me, wants to stick with it, wants to give it a chance, because as well as playing a good looter shooter, we both enjoy a good battle royale. We've both played Warzone for a long time, and we did like the fun and excitement that you got now and then from Warzone, and we are feeling that in Redsec. Biggest peeves with the audio, but we've realised that the audio is getting better. The other big peeve is no solos and trios. We're just stuck with duos and quads. Be nice to get some feedback. It would really be nice to know what's going on with that. Are you bringing trios? Are you bringing solos? Are you keeping things as they are for those modes? Are you going to change things up? Are we going to get some limited time modes? Are we going to get something different? Are you going to change the map? You know, at the moment it's just Redsec. It'd be exciting to see what Battlefield is going to bring to the table when it comes to this battle royale. Now, again, that leads me to the problem that I mentioned earlier. It's not just Redsec, it's multiplayer, it's Gauntlet, it's Portal. They've got a lot going on, and if they're not careful with Redsec, you know, if they don't kind of keep it pumping, keep it vibrant, bring solos and trios in soon, you know, change the dynamic of it, you know, add some new stuff to it, will they start losing their audience slowly like Warzone has? Or do they have big plans for this mode? I really hope so, because the disappointing thing about Warzone was it went back to Verdansk at the end, and I was happy to play Verdansk again. But the problem is the content was so lacking. They hardly did anything to their battle royale. And I really hope that Redsec and the Battlefield team do not follow in that footsteps. I really want them to try hard in this, and I really want them to do well, and I really want to enjoy it. I'm just coming to the end of the video now. I feel like I've said my piece. It's getting to the end of this game where we get the win, so enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for listening. Please leave your comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Don't want to take my eyes off these guys. They come around this top. I'm going to sit this way, mate. Sit this way. Don't want to go too far from you. You're going that way. I'm going this way.
Come back.
She's back there. They did run quite a way down a little bit. Still two teams there.
One's going to be holding this far here.
Hold it right
This
here.
one just doesn't get your help.
You get to shoot each other.
Let's hear we're shooting each other first there, man. Oh, it's
Yeah,
water.
Help though.
Water.
Down.
Yeah.
Mortar though.
That water should finish and shouldn't it? Guy here. Over this way, Jake. Over this way here with me. Oh, this guy over here. He's over here.
You looking?
Over here.
See. Yeah, there he is, that's him.
Bloody ammo.
Hit him a little bit.
Where'd it all go?
One down, one left. They're behind you somewhere. Let you know. Yeah. Yes, yes, that's it.
Again, that knife thing does my head in.
Hey, well done me out. Loops and chests again. Let's get loopy chests. What's so greedy? Yeah, good resin now.
Defo.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Not messing about. How many kills did I get then? 6. I'll take that.
I get 4. 5.